but certainly as one of the genuine priorities when it comes to seeing tigers. Panna lost every single tiger, poached out completely. A single trip to Panna gives you two distinct ecosystems: dry forests and grasslands from the jeep, and river habitat from the water. This park is home to one of the central India's most important vulture populations, nesting on the sandstone cliffs above the gorge. If you are a photographer or a naturalist who wants more than just a tiger checklist, Panna gives you genuinely diverse subject lists. Ask most people to name India's top tiger reserves, and you'll hear some of the four or five names: Bandhavgarh, Kanha, Ranthambore, Tadoba. Almost nobody will say Panna. And that's exactly the problem, because this park might be doing something more right than any of them. Hi, I am Anosh from the Game Drive. I've shot at Panna beautiful tiger sightings, and every time I bring it up, I get the same reaction. Wait, is that even a good park? So today, I want to talk and discuss why Panna deserves to be on your list, not as a backup, but certainly as one of the genuine priorities when it comes to seeing tigers. Let's start with the context here. Most visitors didn't know, and rather will not know, that in 2009, Panna lost every single tiger, poached out completely. From that zero, a reintroduction program brought back tigers from Bandhavgarh, Kanha, and Pench, rebuilt anti poaching patrols, and got the population breeding again in the wild. Today, Panna has a stable growing tiger population. That history matters because it means every single sighting here carries weight. You're not just watching a tiger, you're watching a population that was rebuilt from nothing through real sustained effort. That's a story which not most national parks in India will boast, but Panna can stand tall and tell you that it is one of India's success stories when it comes to comebacks from the brink of extinction. Panna offers a safari experience like no other reserve, and this is the biggest practical difference. Panna offers boat, which is one of its kind safari on the Ken River, alongside the standard gypsy safari. And that's not something that you get in other reserves like Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Tadoba, or Pench. Gliding silently down the Ken River, spotting crocodiles, gharials, water birds from a boat is a completely different experience from bouncing around a jeep trail. It also means a single trip to Panna gives you two distinct ecosystems: dry forests and grasslands from the jeep, and river habitat from the water. And believe me, on these boat safaris, there are good chances to see tigers as well, resting on the rocks. Most reserves give you one of its kind of experience, but Panna gives you two in the same visit. Biodiversity beyond the tiger. Panna's ecosystem doesn't collapse without the tiger, and that's actually part of its strength. This park is home to one of the central India's most important vulture populations, nesting on the sandstone cliffs above the gorge. It has a dedicated gharial conservation program on the Ken River, and its leopard population is also very strong. So often, a lot of people here spot leopards than in most other parks. If you are a photographer or a naturalist who wants more than just a tiger checklist, Panna gives you genuinely diverse subject lists: raptors, reptiles, predators, all in one reserve. That is why some of the stunning shots in Panna are often not the tiger. I personally have one shot of a jackal with a deer kill, which actually adorns some real estate in my drawing room. Now let's talk about the experience itself. Because Panna's population recovery is still ongoing, it doesn't attract anywhere near the crowds that Bandhavgarh or Kanha does, which also means fewer crowds and more space. That means a experience which also is with less cheap congestion around and tigers behaving in their normal attitude. For photographers, essentially that matters. Fewer jeeps around a sighting means better angles, less noise, more natural animal behavior. Instead of a tiger being surrounded by 20 vehicles, here you see number close to 3 or 4. It's quieter, more personal version of a safari experience that's getting harder to find at India's busiest parks. That is what makes Panna also very special. Panna boasts of landscape and scenery that you won't find else anywhere. And visually, Panna just looks different from every other Central Indian reserve. In fact, if you are in Panna, you will not know whether you are in Corbett, Kanha, Pench, Tadoba, Ranthambore. You don't know because it's got so diverse habitats. The Ken River carves through a dramatic gorge with sandstone cliffs and a diamond bearing geology unique to this region. Panna sits in India's only diamond mining area, which shapes the terrain in a way you won't see at Kanha or Bandhavgarh. For photographers, these landscapes matter a lot. They provide a lot of composition opportunities. Tigers by the rock, tigers in the grasslands, tigers on a hill, and open skies on the backdrop. For landscape and wide angle photography, that terrain gives you composition that simply doesn't exist in the flatter, denser forests of most other Indian tiger reserves. The honest caveat and what to expect. Now, I really want to be honest with you because I'm not here to oversell this. Tiger sighting probability in Panna is picking up. It's now increasing and matching Bandhavgarh or Kanha. But it's still, tigers are always a matter of probability. The population is growing. It's smaller and more spread out. If a guaranteed tiger sighting is your only goal, then, like most parks, this isn't the park to bet on everything in a single short trip. But if you're looking at a fuller experience, strong odds, real biodiversity, unique scenery, and far fewer crowds, that trade off is well worth it. I must tell you in the same breath that over the last 3 4 years, Panna is really shooting off. It's shooting off because of its efforts and now paying rich dividends. Tiger sightings are a matter of daily affair in Panna right now. And that is why I think that you will be rewarded with sightings. But my job is to tell you, to give you that caveat, that in the wild, tiger sightings are always a matter of probability. So that's the case for Panna. A genuine comeback story, a safari experience you can't get anywhere else in central India. Biodiversity beyond the tiger, smaller crowds, and landscapes that really stand apart. It's not the park with the highest tiger density in India, but it might be one of the most complete experiences that you can get. If you want to know the full story of how Panna's tiger population came back, drop in the comments below and I can make a video on that. If you're planning your own trip, let us know and we can share an itinerary around that. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channel and let us know what other topics that you would like to know and we can make videos on that. I really hope you find these videos valuable and I hope to see you in the next one as well. Till then, you have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.